Hello, everyone. Welcome to day number 2 of Norway Chess 2022. And in this game, we'll feature Vishy Anand's win over Topalov. This was unexpected. It was actually an equal game, and Topalov lost on time in a classical game. All right, the time control is 1 hour and 30 minutes for the first 40 moves without increment. You only get an increment after the 40th move. And here on move 37, Topalov's time went down. And we'll see what happens. Well, strange things happen in chess. Topalov was white. He started with d4 and then went for d5. c4 takes, e4, b5. Okay, the queen's gambit accepted. a4, c6. Okay, just to show you another line here, the tricky e3. Now with e3, this is not so good to play b5. You'll see the difference because now after a4, c6, takes, you are going to lose a piece with this attack on the rook. Now you're forced to go knight c6, takes on c6, bishop to d7. And then, okay, why don't we just go back to f3, eat and run. But with e4, b5 is a possibility because the pawn is blocking that threat on the rook. a4, c6, knight c3, b4. Knight b1, bishop a6. And then keeps the pawn on c4 at the moment, saving some tempo. Queen c2, takes on d4. Topalov being Topalov, sacrifice another pawn. Knight into f3, sacrificing 2 pawns for development. Queen d7, okay, 1 pawn back. Takes on c4. All right. There was also an earlier game here by Aronian against Baleo pawns. In that game, pawns played e6. Castles, knight f6. So takes on c4 was actually a novelty by Vishy before playing e6. Bishop e3, knight f6. Knight bd2, bishop e7. Everything normal. Castles. Bishop d1, c5. Vishy offered back that pawn on c5. Topalov took it. Rook c8, pin on the bishop. Okay, with the knight on d2, it's ready to protect that bishop on c5 with knight to b3. Rook attacks the queen on d7. The queen has moved queen c7. Now there are 3 pieces attacking c5. Topalov sidesteps with queen b5. Here Anand played a6. Now let's take a look at takes on c5. Now if you take on c5, white will just take as well because queen takes e5 is not possible. Queen takes, rook takes, the back rank weakness, right? Knight here, get is checkmate. Again, the sense of danger. So Anand played a6, attacking the queen. Queen takes b4. It's a strange turn, yeah? Earlier, white sacrificed 2 pawns, and in return is actually 1 pawn up. Knight c6. But this time, black has a lead in development. Queen e1. Topalov keeps an eye on e4, keeping that extra pawn. To b8, hitting the knight on b3, hitting the defender of the bishop on c5. Takes, knight fd2, queen to b4, queen e2. 94 takes. White is a pawn up, but his pieces are tied up to protecting his pawns, his weaknesses. B2, E4, the knight cannot move because queen and knight is attacking E4. The rook is attacking B2 here. White plays B3. Now this is going to be an overworked piece protecting both B3 and E4. So Anand played H6, a nice move. Again, king safety. If anything happens, at least the king can escape on H7. Rook A2, A5. All right, nailing these 2 pawns. H3 also, Topalov's move. Puts his king into safety. Queen to B4. Queen to E1, Rook C3. Rook to B2, Rook D8, pin. Pressure on B3, pin on the rook on D1. Okay, Topalov moved out of that pressure. Knight D7, active knight, passive knight. Queen E2, rook to B8, rook to D1, knight C5, threat, knight takes on A4, pin on the rook on B2. The rook moved back to B1, rook to D3, pressure. Okay, I think Topalov lost on time here because of that immense pressure by Vishy. Vishy's target, this 2 points. With that target on the 2 points, Topalov lost on time after 4 moves here. Yeah. Rook to D5, knight C4, takes on D1, takes on D1. Okay, 1 pawn back. Rook into A1, knight C3. Actually, here Topalov was able to play the move Queen D6, but with 0 time on his clock. And that means Vishy wins the game. It's very rare for a player to lose on time in a classical time control. All right, okay, there's no increment, yeah. For the first 40 moves, it's 1 hour and 30 without increment. You only get an increment after the 40th move. And this Queen D6 move is only on the 37th. So Topalov actually needs 3 more moves to complete 40 before he gets his increment. And by losing on time, Anand stays perfect after 2 games. Well, evergreen Vishy Anand, and he's leading the tournament with 6 out of 6 because for every win you get 3 points. That's the scoring system here in Norway. Wesley is in 2nd place after beating Magnus in their Magnum. But it's still a long way to go. Okay, it's still anybody's game. But Vishy is still perfect. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and also thank you for supporting our channel, Charles Max Chess and Charles Max Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.